What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Every Week We Follow. So today we have got a preview for the weekend against Palace in the FA Cup, the semi-final at Wembley Stadium. Gary is going. I am not. I'm pissed off about it because I'm going to some stupid family dinner. And Gary's going to go enjoy himself at Wembley. How you doing, guys?
Wembley, we're the mighty Aston Villa.
I'm not actually pissed off, by the way. Just for any of Jess's family, they're going to be watching this. I'm not pissed off. I'm only joking, but I would love to have gone to Wembley.
Mate, I'm gonna clip that first bit and just send it to Jess.
Oh no! They will see it because Graham listens to this. So
anyway. You've got context there because you apologise. But if we just clip the first bit, it sounds horrendous. That's what happens in the media, mate. You're a media star now, dude.
Anyway, how you doing, guys?
Yeah, mate. I'm still getting over the Man City defeat. If I'm honest, I really hope this is the focal point, and that Emery's genius tactical plan is the full sense of security that we've gone off the ball a bit, afford to lose to Man City, and now we just go and win everything. Win all of our Harry Mining games, win the FA Cup, and still finish fifth. That's what's happening. Come on.
The FA Cup is the league. It feels like we've just left ourselves that little bit too much to do.
Yeah, we have.
Really.
We totally have.
But the FA Cup, it's 2 games. We've got 2 games to get through. One of them's Palace, and then the other one is Forest or City. Please don't be City. Come on, Forest. Do us a favour here.
Please don't be City.
But Palace, very winnable. And we know where their threats come in. But the problem is that actually quite recently we did get thumped by them. They are actually, funnily enough, they're actually the last team to beat us at home, by the way. That was in the League Cup. They dumped us out the League Cup. Are they going to dump us out the FA Cup as well?
Fuck no, we owe one, mate. This is not happening. We're going to batter them. I predict like a 7-1 victory or something. That's what I expect.
But let's get straight down. Let's get straight down to it. So, first thing is our lineups. So, Gaz, this is yours.
Mate, I'm sticking to the Newcastle lineup. I'm changing it slightly because I want Rodgers to have a rest, not be dropped, just have a rest.
He's not.
He won't do it, but he should.
No point in doing that. I don't know why you even put this up. I don't know why you even put Marlon in.
And this is my opinion, right? And he deserves some minutes. Every time he comes on, he looks positive. He runs at players. Even when he came on against Man City, he had 5 minutes, and he was trying to be positive. I would rather let him have 60 minutes against Palace and bring Rodgers on to if it's still a stalemate to win us the game, because we haven't done that yet. So every team knows that Rodgers is going to start, and then so you can set up to nullify him. But if you bring Rodgers on with 60 minutes, 30 minutes to go, and the team are knackered, mate, he's got the ability to run ragged. I think it's worth a punt. And I want to see, you mentioned on the last show, mate, we haven't played Rashford and Asensio together for what feels like forever. And they've linked up so well. So let's go at Palace. Let's go and try and beat them. Let's attack them and see if we can do what we did against Newcastle. But he won't, and he'll probably change it. But that is my lineup. So just as it says, it's the same. It's back 4. Matson and Cash. I thought they did really well against Newcastle, both of them, defensively and getting forward. Matson made one mistake for their goal. Mings, just after Tuesday's game against Man City, mate, that goal, watching Pau Torres just watch the ball go across our 6-yard box without making any attempt to clear it.
Was baffling. That I can only think that he was less worried about knocking it in, but I'm like, might as well give it an attempt and try and stop it, because I'd
rather score you score an own goal rather than someone tap it in at the far post. You've got to make the effort, son. Do you know what I mean? But so Mings for me, mate, because we need people who are going to throw their bodies on the line for this. This is,
and also up against Mateta. You're going to need someone big, physical, to try and boss him about.
I agree, mate.
Who's on their right wing? Palace's.
It's Sarr, isn't it? Isn't it Sarr on the right?
Oh, is it? Oh, okay, yeah. Oh God,
I think.
Yeah, because he scored a couple against us, I think, in that 4-1.
Yeah, mate. This is not going to be any kind of walk in the park. This is a tough game against a team that are.
Oh yeah, I mean they're in the semi-final of the FA Cup. Yeah. It's rarely going to be a walk in the park. I mean the only we'll go into my team in a sec. The only thing I can't. I mean, there's multiple reasons that I can see him not playing Rashford on the left with Asensio and Watkins up top because he hasn't really done it. But also, I think he has said that he sees Rashford as a 9, not as a wide winger. So I think that's another reason. Also, don't think he would play Rashford with Maatsen because Maatsen is an overlapping left back. So what's he going to do? Overlap Rashford, who's rapid and running up the wing, like quite direct. So I don't personally see that happening.
I agree with all your points, but I'm allowed to live in hope and have my what I think.
Gary's just like attack. Well, every single attacking player on.
No, but what I want to see, mate, is that like, I hate that narrative of we can't do that because he won't track back. What I want to see is that kind of level of attackingness with the willpower to get back and defend, because that's how you beat teams. You play your best attacking players who are willing to put a shift in and run for 90 minutes, and if you can't, play for 60 and bring on reinforcements. Like it's not rocket science for me. Like we've got good enough players in our squad to beat Palace. We're a better team than Palace. We just haven't proven it because we play scared or tired or whatever it is.
I agree.
And now's the time to throw caution to the wind, mate, for me. But
I do think we'll go into this game with impetus. Like it'll be a very different game plan to City, right? They're a very different proposition. And I do think, it could potentially be that kind of thing that we saw. I mean, I'm not going to say it. But we should definitely go in with positivity. And I mean, I'm going a little bit more reserved. I'm actually you always do it based on what you want. I do it based on a prediction. So what I predict the lineup to be. Maatsen and Digne for me are a toss up. I'm kind of like I never know. I never know what he's going to do. So he'll play one of them, and I don't know which one. So I think it's complete lottery. So I've just gone with Digne. Or is it Dean? Everyone keeps on saying Dean. Is it Digne? Dean?
Let us know in the comments. Like and subscribe.
Yeah, let us know. They announced it, I think, as Dean on the tannoy of Villa Park. So I thought it'd be Digne, but I mean the camera thing on the commentary pisses me off.
Any French fans out there, let us know because you seem to be commenting since the PSG game. I get a lot of feedback from the Paris fans.
Luca Digne. I don't know why do I sound like some kind of Spanish Mexican? Anyway, so I feel like Mings and Konsa. Yeah, I know. It has to be Mings for me. I think, like you said, has to throw his body on the line. I think that this isn't going to be a game where we need Torres's, kind of ball playing ability. I think this is a game where we're going to need a physical battle to keep Mateta at bay.
I agree.
I was tempted to put Garcia in, but I think he will go with Cash right back. And I think I did also think about putting McGinn in to help cover Cash a little bit as well against Eze. That was one of my thoughts. Kamara and Tielemans just always there. Like I can't see them not playing.
I would. I think McGinn's a tough one because he's been so brilliant, and I think maybe looking back on mine, maybe I'd play him instead of Rashford. I don't know. I think we need a bit of it. He's been brilliant. McGinn has last 4 games. So difficult to really make. But
I also think that Emery's teams are quite telling for who's going to play in the next game, and I think the fact Watkins didn't start, he'll start Watkins. Asensio didn't start, he'll start Asensio. He always plays Rodgers because I think he's determined for the guy to have an early death.
Yeah.
So I think he's just. I think by the end of the season, we'll all be going
24-25 season.
By the end of the season, we'll all be going to his wake because he's fucking just absolutely obliterated and just ran himself into the ground and suffocated. Ramsey, I think, will start, even though he started against City. He tends to take him off after about 60. I think we're going to need his running. I think if we don't have McGinn, you've got to have Ramsey in there. So, that's kind of where I've got. I need to start Watkins up top, like I said.
Yeah.
That's my prediction.
That big physical presence is important because Mateta has been a thorn in our side in every game. So, it's gonna. I hope we can. We owe him one, so I hope we can turn up and I was full of optimism after the weekend, but after the midweek game against City, I'm a bit more cautious now because I don't.
Yeah, it's not the same proposition, though, is it? It's not.
No, it's not.
It's not at home, but it's not away from home.
No, but
it's also not the same kind of team that we're going to be playing. It should, and I do think the league, like we said, I think he played for a point there because he knew that a point was so important.
Yeah. But
whereas here, we've got to win.
After the Newcastle game, mate, there was a few Palace fans that popped into the live feed saying nervous about next week now after watching that. But then if they watch the City game,
they'll be buoyed.
They'll be like, "Oh, okay." So it depends which team turns up and what we play. Because if we turn up with that level of intensity that we did against Newcastle, mate, we'll wipe the floor with Palace. But if we go into cautious
we'd wipe the floor with everyone that we're going to play if we played like that in every game.
Makes me sad, man. Makes me sad. But hopefully we can do it. I mean, I'm going to try and be like buoyancy about it because obviously I'm going to game. We're driving down to it's Wealdstone FC. There's a fan zone, so if anyone else is going,
Wealdstone Raider,
Raider, yeah. Wealdstone Raider. So I don't know if it's going to be any good, but we're going to go there, probably have a couple of beers, then get the tube in from there. So let us know if anyone's been there before. Apparently they've done it.
Palace will be. I don't know. I mean, Chris Richards. I've not. It's like the most generic name you've ever heard. Got sent off against Bournemouth, so he won't be available. Also, I'm pretty sure he was a wrestler. Chris Richards. I'm sure that was someone in like WWE. Let us know in the comments if you remember that. Yeah. I'm sure he was like one of those really bog standard guys in SmackDown.
Mate, Chris Richards sounds like a door-to-door window, like double glazing salesman. Hi, Chris Richards. Would you like to buy some windows? No, Richards? Chris. Fuck off, Chris.
Yeah, Chris Richards. Christopher Jeffrey Richards plays for. He's American. Born in Birmingham, Alabama.
He plays. I've never even heard of him.
Yeah, no. He's.
How long does he play for Palace for?
Centre back or defensive midfielder. Yeah, well, I don't know. Heard of him. He's 25. He got red card. But I'm sure Chris Richards, WWE. Yeah. No, Stevie Richards. Stevie Richards, different name. There we go.
You got all excited about the WWE then as well, mate.
Oh yeah, no,
Childhood
I did.
Memories.
I haven't watched it. It was WWF to me, not WWE.
Well, World
War. People going on to me about WrestleMania. I was like, mate, when am I going to have time to watch that shit? Anyway, have you got a pen and paper, Gaz?
Yes, mate. I've got my celebrity matchbook and pen, as per usual, available in all good Villa outlet stores. Get yours today.
Amazing. Right, so we are about to do our predictions. So I'm going to write it down. I don't know why I put my pen away. I wrote the team names down and then I put my pen away.
I haven't even wrote team names, but I'll do it now.
I've done Palace at home.
Palace for the home team, aren't they?
Yeah. There we
go. Villa.
And for those who are watching whilst we wait for Gaz, next season we are going to be starting a bit of a kind of fixture predictor kind of league. So we'll try and send out information, or we'll try and let you know about information about that before the end of the season. We're also planning on doing a fantasy football league. So if anyone's interested in that, let us know in the comments if any of these things are interesting to you, by the way. Or if you have any other ideas of things that we could do for the channel. We are going to be starting a Patreon at some point. So
check us out. Well, extra content coming your ways. More James and Gary on your TV.
Gives us some kind of hopefully some kind of beer money from this as well. Just to keep it running as much as possible. Gaz, right.
Okay.
Same time, right?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Ooh, he's gone for 2.
I've gone for 2.
Yeah. I feel like it's not going to be as close. I feel like we're going to go 2-0 up in the first half. I think it's going to be relatively okay. They'll come out second, all guns, and then we'll catch them on the break. That's my plan.
As we've got a bit of a history repeating itself this season, I think we'll undoubtedly concede for the first chance they have. Right, Emery will throw. Martinez will throw it in his own net. And
we need to do a little bit of analysis in the off season on that. This first shot conceded, but also I think a lot of them haven't been unstoppable. I think he has been susceptible for some of them, or they've been defensive errors, haven't they? So,
mate, I think that in the postseason we should Yeah, we should definitely do that. It's going to be interesting. I'm going to delve deeper into set piece information. I think
Oh
because
yeah, you're desperate for that one, aren't you?
I'm desperate to, even if I have to work it out myself, mate, and go through every game and fucking watch how many set pieces we have, because I cannot stand any more praise for Austin McPhee, right? And that one in terms of chances conceded from first efforts and how many Martinez should have saved, really. Like it's been a
Obviously,
running
I mean,
problem.
it's and he's obviously still a fantastic goalkeeper. We're not saying he's not.
Yeah, he's awesome, mate. I
But
love him.
everyone's able to be improved, and we have spoke before about when a defense isn't quite as solid, then you rely really heavily on your goalkeeper, and it can become a little bit. It's one defensive unit, right, and it can become a bit difficult for him as well as the defenders.
Well, look, we've got to talk about the rotation again. Well, I understand.
Yeah, again, that's that. Yeah, right.
It comes back to that. Well, I understand you want to keep people fresh. I think keep changing and chopping 4 or 5 players per game is not the way to do it.
I said this before. We had one of our best defensive runs, and we had some of our best runs when we had a few injuries and we had to play the same players. And then when the team came back, I said to you, I'm worried he's going to start meddling again. He's going to start meddling with it, and he's going to piss about with it. And obviously, we're coming to the end of this podcast, but also it's a case of like we acknowledge that we've just been on a 8 game winning streak in all competitions, and then we've lost one game. Yeah, okay, like we know. Obviously, some of those were against lower league opposition in cups and stuff like that. But we had gone on a 5 game winning streak in the Premier League as well. It's just.
But we talked about this throughout the course of the season about being bottle jobs, and actually, it's worked, and the rotation has worked, and we've got results, and that's proven. So people can argue that, right? Fine. However, when it comes to the crucial moments, like Saturday was a crucial game against Newcastle, and we came through with flying colours. I think when you've then got a bigger game, you go, right, let's just keep it as it is, right? Yeah. And then we make changes at 60 minutes if it's not working. But to change it all completely, what he does is, I think he lost the dressing room a little bit yesterday, because, on Tuesday, whenever it was, because you've got Watkins clearly annoyed that he was dropped. You've got Maatson probably wondering what he's got to do to maintain a place, having a great game himself. They're only human, and then you've got someone like Rodgers who is getting 100% of the game time. And I'm not knocking that because he's been fantastic for us. But, there's times where he has looked tired and you go, well, we're talking about rotation. So can we make it fair? Let's rotate 1 or 2. You don't need to be doing 3 or 4.
Yeah.
It just disrupts the flow.
Yeah. I mean, we have talked about it's difficult. It is difficult because obviously we'll talk like this when we've just lost a game. When you've won a game, say for instance against Forest, where we rotate the team and we play brilliantly and we won the game. You don't say all this stuff, and we have said before that there's no starting 11, but like non-starting 11. Each player can come on and offer something different and be just as good as the player that's coming off. So I think there has to be an element of. He wants to rotate, keep players fresh, keep them up to their optimum standard as much as possible. Although some players, like we said, do play every single game. And potentially it's also a case of he sees them as they need to play every single game to keep their rhythm, to keep their match minutes up and keep sharp.
I understand, but look, another example is what's Marlon got to do? He scored 3 goals in 3 games.
The Marlon one really baffles me, and the thing that really baffles me about it is that when we play Asensio, when we play Rodgers out on the right, it's just not good for it. It doesn't make sense to play him there. Like as in, I know we want him on the pitch, but I think it's better to bring him on and put him in the position he wants to play in and is better in. So if Asensio's getting a bit tired because he's getting on, not getting on, but he hasn't had full season of match minutes, then you bring him on and you play Marlon out wide. But who knows? Anyway, right, that's all we're gonna have for the time for this one. Gary, you are obviously going to the game. We will have a match. Post-match, maybe on Sunday. If not, it'll be Monday. But Gary obviously does his live TikToks. He won't be doing that whilst driving this time, hopefully.
No, your brother's driving, mate, so I'll be in the passenger seat. So join me for our journey down to to Wembley in the car. I'm going to go live on the way there just to annoy your brother because I know how much he hates it. And various lives throughout the day. I think it's good to interact with people. People seem to.
I wonder if there's a way. I wonder if there's some kind of app or some way of going live on multiple platforms at the same time from your phone. So maybe we can look into that. So you can go on YouTube at the same time as TikTok.
But, that would be cool.
Anyway,
I don't, and if anyone knows that, let us know in the
let us know. Always we ain't got a Scooby what we're doing half the time. So
no,
anyway,
we're just making it up as we go along, mate, which is great. It makes us more authentic, I suppose. But just again, Palace fans getting on the comments as well. Let us know what your predictions are. Villa fans, let us know what your predictions are.
Hopefully, I like to think Palace fans aren't pricks like the City fans and some of the Newcastle fans, and like, it's like, come on, man, just get beat. Stay humble, Stay humble.
Yes.
I've actually got a mate at work who's a Palace
when you say it like that, it sounds like a friend's comment with that aftershave armbre. Stay humble. Armbre for men.
Anyway, Bichon for men.
Anyway,
yeah, brilliant.
Final thoughts, mate. Here we go.
Yeah, final
Wembley, Wembley. This bad boy, come on.
Claret and blue strands, please, on it. What are they called? Streamers. Claret blue streamers, please. Anyway,
mate, I haven't been to Wembley since Taylor Swift last year, and that was a magical day. I'm not gonna lie, I had one of the best days of my life. I thought it was brilliant, and that was thanks to my wonderful wife. So come on, Villa, right?
Taylor Swift, you just killed this whole episode by mentioning Taylor Swift. Right?
Mate,
anyway,
don't you speak ill of the Swift? Don't.
Oh my God! Everyone, let us know in the comments how bad Taylor Swift is. Anyway,
no, she's a fucking kid. No, I'm not having it, James. We're gonna fall out over this. No, Taylor Swift.
Right. See you guys.
Start my own podcast every week. We follow the boys at Claret Blue. Taylor Swift, I love you.
Bye.